Yeah, I had some adventures in television. You can see Scotty back there wandering around in the kitchen. Some of you guys actually requested that from the last time he was back there. You're like, show us more of Scotty in the kitchen. So there you go. And anyway, so I was watching television. I don't watch a lot of it. I do watch on occasion. And I turned it on, and I was watching this show, Hoarders, which I guess most of you guys probably know about, but I was kind of like new to the whole concept. I mean, I knew that there was a show that existed, but I really didn't know much about it. And I was watching it, and it was funny because of how obviously staged some of it is, and how, like, I mean, I believe that some of these people are real, but like, well, the first house was just full of garbage. I'm like sitting there thinking, like, this bitch could have just gone to the fucking dump, got a bunch of garbage, and dumped it all in her house, because it was like there was no stuff, there was no like accumulated value. It was just like a bunch of trash. So someone could have just gone to the dump, fucking dumped all this shit in their house, and been like, yeah, I'm gonna be on TV now. But you know, even if it was a real situation, like these people were obviously being fed lines from like producers off camera, like, yeah, say this, we think that'll be a good line for the fucking show. And then there was this, I was thinking, too, because Hoarders was on one channel, and I was flipping through channels, and I saw American Pickers was on another channel. I'm just sitting there like, man, some of these people are the same. Like, you know, like, one of the houses that was on Hoarders, I'm sitting there looking at it like, man, this house in a different context could be on American Pickers. It's like, yeah, on one show you're a hoarder who's dangerous and fucking mentally unsound, and on another show you're just a collector. If you're like, you know, you're preserving fucking Americana and shit. You're like a great fucking person. It's just a difference of perspective. And you know, whatever show you're watching, you know, most people probably just hold that cognitive dissonance in their heads. Like if they're watching one show, they're like, yeah, fucking hoarders are disgusting. And then they're watching another show, they're like, yeah, fucking collectors are awesome. So I was watching that bullshit, and I came to like conclusion, like just flipping through channels and seeing all the reality shows on all the different channels, I've come to the conclusion that reality TV exists as a government conspiracy. I don't believe in conspiracies. I don't give them a lot of stock, but I'm pretty sure this is a conspiracy that the government cooked up. I think reality television is designed to make America lose all self-esteem. I think that this is like, because it's like Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake and all of those fucking bad talk shows in the 90s that we used to just look at as though they were like the fucking lowest form of shit. Like that has spilled out. It's no longer just restricted to the talk show stage anymore. Now we follow these people around with fucking cameras and chronicle their lives. Like, I think reality TV star is going to be one of the fucking biggest professions in a few years. I think there will just be 2 trillion channels. Just, you know, actually, maybe it's just going to turn out. There was a comic called "The Parking Lot Is Full," and they had this comic that it showed a future wherein people just watched one another. Like everyone had a camera that followed them around, and all anyone watched is other people. And at the bottom of the comic, it said, "Finally rendered irrelevant, the concept of art fades away." I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to destroy. They're trying to destroy creativity. The only channel where they still have creativity is Fox News. You know, that's a creative channel. Those guys over there. I mean, like, you know, people say you can't see good fiction writing on television anymore. Bullshit. Tune on to Fox News. They got this guy, Bill O'Reilly, and he plays this character who's like this complete idiot, but is smug and thinks he's really smart, and he thinks he's asking tough questions when he's really doing these softball interviews with, you know, Republicans, and just kind of like feeding their own shit back to them, and just like, yeah, well, what do you think Republicans should do? Like, as if he's not a Republican, you know? And it's funny because he's just like this totally transparent character, and he wears all of his own flaws on his sleeve, but he himself is unaware of them. It's really a brilliant performance. I want to congratulate the actor that portrays that character. I don't know his name offhand. They even had a guest. Tonight's episode even featured a guest spot by Adam Carolla, you know? That's pretty cool, you know? I'm glad that they're giving Adam Carolla work. I'm sure he needs it. Wasn't he on Dancing with the Stars recently? He was on Dancing with the Stars recently. You know, Adam Carolla, I think it's kind of funny. I kind of admire Adam Carolla, really, because he's a bold guy. You got to be pretty bold to just be like, you know, I'm not funny or witty or intelligent in any way, but I'm going to be a comedian. You know, I admire that. I really do, because it's like you're clearly not. It would be like as if I decided I was going to be like a ballet dancer, you know, or something like that. You know, but he followed his dream and he made it happen, kinda, you know. And the thing about Adam Carolla is just like, he was cracking up Bill O'Reilly, okay? Bill was laughing, and I'm sure the average like 70-something-year-old who watches the Bill O'Reilly program was probably laughing too. You know, that's how you know you've made it to the top of the fucking comedian gig, the comedian game, when you're entertaining the geriatrics. He's kind of an interesting comedian too, because you know, he just says everything in this like voice. You know, Scotty, come do the voice. Just come over here. You'll do it again. You just recall Adam Carolla and do the beautiful Adam Carolla voice. Come here. You got to sit where I'm sitting and talking to the mic.
What did he say? He's like, fat people will be crushed. They're going to crush America. The fat people are going to crush America. And Bill Maher was like, that was so...
Yeah, like, you just say everything in a really nasal voice. And just everything has to sound kind of like it's vaguely a complaint in a really nasal voice. And then everything's funny. Like, he said that, you know, fat people are going to crush America. He's like, yeah, fat people are going to crush America. Like, because they're fat, so they're heavier, so heavy things crush things, so that's the joke. Which isn't really a joke. It's just, like, kind of like somewhat, you know, I don't even want to say poetic language, but it's just like, maybe... I don't even know what the fuck it is. I mean, it's not anything. It's really just nothing. It's like, oh man, like any fucking person off the street could come up with that joke. Anybody. Like, you know, hey, make a fat joke. Oh, those fat people are gonna crush us because they're heavy. Ha ha. I don't understand how you could be a professional comedian and do that. But that's why Adam Carolla is so bold, because, you know, I would never make that decision if I were an entertainer of his caliber. But, you know, obviously I'm not. I'm just the, you know, guy on a fucking webcam in his fucking living room. So I don't know. But if I was where he is, if I were a big, successful comedian entertaining geriatrics on the Bill O'Reilly show, I might come up with some better fat jokes than just like, they're going to crush us. And I am going to crush you, Adam Carolla.